The 2019 Telstra Queensland Businesswomen's Small Business Award winner is Angie Mansey.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for Telstra for creating these prestigious awards that allow businesswomen in such a broad field of industries be recognised and celebrated for their contribution, not only in the business world, but in the community around them. My name is Angie Mansey and I'm the owner of Kaluan Mufflers and Director for non-for-profit charity driven by KM. My business, Kaluan Mufflers, is hard to define, mainly due to the fact that it encompasses so many aspects, and what it does, what it stands for and all that it entails is an extension of me personally. On paper, KM is an exhaust specialist centre catering to a niche market of unique and left-of-centre cars, from V8 muscle cars, classic museum show cars, and modified drag racing cars and everything in between. Essentially, KM is the icing on the cake in the world of the car connoisseur. We fabricate our own line of custom exhaust systems that allows the customer to personalise their pride and joy with the perfect note. For us, in short, it is all about the rumble. But KM is so much bigger than the high quality of its work. I have successfully created my business into a self-standing entity all of its own, so it may come to us as a surprise to learn that up until 3.5 years ago, I had spent over a decade diligently building my career as a specialised dental nurse and had pursued this field of expertise with great pride and enthusiasm. But sometimes in people's lives there is a tipping point where their life takes a different turn, and mine is pretty profound. You see, I'm a devoted mother of 4 sons. And 8 years ago, my second son, Corbin, was born with a rare and life-threatening medical condition which turned my world upside down. Spending the majority of his life in hospital, on and off life support, enduring endless surgeries, and watching as he was repetitively resuscitated from flatlining, shook my family to the core. The problem that arises when you have a child fighting the odds is that the world around you doesn't actually stop. The bills still need to be paid, your other children still need your time and love, and you need to find a way to keep going in the face of adversity. The tipping point that changed my course in life was 3.5 years ago when his liver failed. At that stage, we were 21 surgeries deep, had exhausted all of our savings on travelling to various major hospitals for surgeries, and I was still attempting to hold down a part-time nursing job whilst my hard-working husband, Luke, worked full-time so that we could keep the medical expenses at bay. It all at once fell to pieces, and it was at this point my husband, Luke, and I knew we had to find a different way and a drastic change that would suit the needs of our family. What occurred next happened in rapid succession and is now affectionately referred to as the fire sale. In November 2015, my son was discharged from hospital. In December, my husband and I left our careers and sold the family home. In January, we then sold our cars, motorbike and boat and moved into a small rental property. And in the first week of February, we put a deposit on an old rundown exhaust shop. We then opened the doors in March 2016 and it was done with vendor finance in place and over $120,000 in debt. No assets, no business experience, but we sure as heck had nothing left to lose at that stage. We built a lounge room beside the newly renovated reception and I took my 3 youngest children to work with me every day. At that stage, they were 6 months, 20 months, 5 years and 15 years old. And in between learning how to manage the customer service, accounts, growth and development of my business, I was able to care for my medically complex son, who not only needed regular medications administered, but was fed primarily through a feeding tube in his stomach around the clock. It certainly wasn't easy, but I was dedicated in my pursuit to bettering my children's future and wanted to set example to my sons that hard work can not only overcome adversity, but achieve great outcomes. I rebranded our business, created a website to expand our sales nationwide and into New Zealand. I developed our social media platforms and designed a range of merchandise featuring shirts and hats. I even built a retro-style coffee van and produced our own brand of cold-pressed KM coffee. Our business grew at such a rapid pace that in our first year alone, sales increased by 560%. Our second year added another 100% on top, and it hasn't slowed since. I believe everybody has an important role to play in supporting the community around them at large, so I took advantage of my business platform to assist those in need around us. We became a major sponsor of car clubs and events in southeast Queensland, proudly host open days at our business to teach other car enthusiasts how to work on their own cars. We have become known as a proactive advocate for suicide prevention and mental health awareness and offer a place of support for those in the community. I assist youth with job placement, I help write their resumes and I support their struggles. I organise and host large-scale car events that have raised tens of thousands of dollars for charities that are close to our hearts. My non-for-profit charity, driven by KM, has just finally received its recognition and it will assist other families of chronically and terminally ill children in the community and will help them through the dark times. Kaluan Mufflers may have been born out of necessity, but it grows due to what it stands for and represents. And the success of Kaluan Mufflers is based entirely on the team that built it. And I should point out that this tiny empire is run only by 3 people. I wouldn't be standing here tonight without my beautiful husband, Luke, who does tireless hours, quality workmanship, and his never-ending support. And our teammate, Anthony, whose skill and dedication of being an integral part of KM has been pivotal to our success. Finally, I'd like to dedicate this award to my eldest son, Riley, who can't share this moment with us tonight because he's currently serving as an infantry soldier in the Australian Army and isn't able to be here. Sweetheart, this one is for you, and do not get red on you, please. Thank you to everyone who made this possible. I'm really humbled and grateful. Thanks.